Welcome to Fantasy Author Reacts. My name is Jacob Penrod, and I am your fantasy author for the day. And we are going to be reacting to How to Train Your Dragon. Now, this is a movie I think came out in 2010, and I saw it in 2010, and then again in 2020 in French, which I don't speak very well. So I know like the general shape of the movie, but I don't remember the plot beats very well because I was either young or I was not understanding the language. So today we're going to be re-examining it. I've heard it's just fantastic writing. We're going to be breaking down, if you're new here, we break down not just a reaction, but also why it works. Sometimes I'll like predict things, but not out of an effort to be making predictions, but more saying, this is what's happening, this is what it might be setting up, and really analyzing the craft and figuring out how to train your dragon. But like I said, my name is Jacob Penrod. I'm a fantasy author. I've got my own book. It's being serialized, coming out chapter by chapter right now, and it's coming to Amazon in a few months, and I'm so excited. It's the story of 8 broken people on a floating island who are just trying to hold it together after an angelic army attacks their entire city. And they're trying to fight back within 100 days before it happens again. We've got found family. We've got cool swords. I mean, what else could you want? What else could you want? I categorize it as character-driven, psychological, grim, bright fantasy. If any of that sounds interesting to you, check it out in the description below. But for now, let's figure out how to train our dragons. Woo! I do know the main character is named Hiccup, so I'm already off to a good start. And we do pause all the time on this channel, and I'm going to probably be pausing more than normal because this is a full-on movie, and I need to provide commentary and break it up. The reason I'm pausing is opening images are essential for especially screenplays. What we open on kind of sets a tone, and we're immediately getting this sense of like darkness and mystery with the fog and kind of imposing as we look at this cliff. That's not necessarily going to bookend the entire movie. Maybe it will, but it's usually important to take in the very first thing you see, because that's probably what writers rewrite the most, is the very start of your movie, the very start of your script, the very start of your book. And so what you see first, what you read first, it's trying to tell you something important. Anyway, this is Berk. It's 12 days north of Hopeless.
It's 12 days north of Hopeless and a few degrees south of freezing to death.
All right, so not a great place. Also, for as little as I've seen this movie, I have this whole soundtrack just baked into my mind. It's so good. Oh, that's interesting. So if it's been here for 7 generations, but every building is new, either they're innovating a whole lot or things keep breaking down their buildings. Maybe dragons?
Not just a pretty face, innit?
Dragons.
That's a fun way of taking us out of the narration into the scene itself, letting him finish it, to kind of diegetically, like in-universe, pick up where it would have left off. I am going to sneeze. It's also an interesting technique. It's more common in media geared or targeted for younger people, even if older people can enjoy it, to have this narration, because it's just a bit easier for younger minds to wrap their heads around it. But something that I do remember about this movie, or at least I've heard talked about, is it doesn't ever compromise and talk down to its audience. So I'm curious to see how it balances that.
My name's Hiccup.
So that was a quick line, but it also told us a lot. So the village is sturdy. Vikings have stubbornness issues. That's not just characterization. I mean, it is, but it's also an identity marker. As Vikings, we are stubborn. That's something that he seems to be identifying with or wanting to identify with. I also want to note that these dragons seem to be behaving intelligently. It pathed off with fire here to drive the sheep into one located area. So it's not just like a mindless rampage. So this is interesting. I don't want to get in front of the dialogue too much, but if you look at his face here, he's smiling when he runs out of this building. He's not scared. Something about this is exciting to me.
We have stubbornnness issues. My name's Hiccup. Great name, I know.
Oh, that's
German
interesting.
Viking demeanor wouldn't do that.
Morning.
Oh, okay, so that's fun. It shows that this happens all the time. Like they're taking up arms, they're getting into action, But Hiccup smiling, that guy's saying good morning. It's fun characterization showing they know each other. It's like a small interconnected town or village, but also there is a sense of seriousness at the same time. But it seems like this is also an identity marker that unites them, is fighting off the dragons. That was a subtle detail. I believe this is his uncle or father, but he talks to someone else before he asks Hiccup. He doesn't immediately ask Hiccup, what are you doing outside? He tries to get the information from someone else. And that's like a really subtle way that doesn't seem mean-spirited of undermining Hiccup's validity. This is Stoic the Vast.
Stoic the Vast.
So that's interesting. So any Night Furies is how he closes that out.
Furies? No.
So he lists off a bunch of different types of dragons, which in general, in the opening of any kind of media, you want to be careful with how many proper nouns you're throwing out there, because you can easily overwhelm your reader or your watcher and make them lose track of what's going on. But those names weren't thrown out there to be remembered. They were thrown out there for like atmospheric and world building effect, to be like, look at all these things happening right here. Like this is a lived in world, and it's not just dragons. There's subclasses of dragons, and then Night Furies, that's isolated away from the rest, and it's also a lot more. It's less of a mouthful. It's a bit more memorable. And so that's marking that as being important. So while the others were just for world building, this seems like something that it wants us to remember. And they have strategy too.
Oh, nice of you to join the party. I thought you'd been carried off.
Well, who, me?
They need toothpicks, don't they?
So the dialogue feels very modern, and that's not a bad thing. But it is a bit of a marker of the world building. It's not like Lord of the Rings or more archaic fantasy. It's very accessible. And like you could have something like, I guess Lord of the Rings is what comes to mind when I think of kind of older language, even though it's not full on Old English or anything like that. I would hope it's not Old English. But then you could also have something on the other end of the spectrum, like Fourth Wing, that in my opinion kind of sounds like it was written by someone who has an iPhone, or the characters have an iPhone. And there's a whole spectrum in between there. And it's not necessarily a bad thing either way. It's just a stylistic marker. And so the cadences I'm picking up with how they're forming their sentences, the sarcasm, it feels very kind of quippy and modern and really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot.
I've been his apprentice ever since I was little. Well,
Interesting.
littler.
So, even though they didn't want him out here, he has a place and he knows what he's doing. Everyone is moving in coordination in this village. It's not pure chaos, it's tactics. Everyone has a role, and Hiccup seems to be playing his, which is apprentice. But why was he so excited to be an apprentice?
Astrid.
It's giving like reverse Sephiroth energy, where he walks into the flames, she's walking out. But that's a really fun shot. And by having her be last, it shows that he holds her in higher regard, or like there's something about her that's special.
But you just pointed to all of me.
Yes, that's it. Stop being all of you.
Oh, that's so sad. Okay, so that's a bit of a theme stated, where that's letting us know what this movie's about, I think, is what I'm picking up there. If you want to fight dragons, stop being all of you. My hunch is that's going to be a theme, is how can I fight dragons while having, or while embracing who I am? Because we've already gotten markers of identity in how he talks about the village, how he talks about the villagers. I think he said Vikings. How everyone's coordinated, how everyone has a role. He has his role, but he seems to want more. This seems to already just crystal clear, laser focus, be setting up a story about identity and finding your place.
Raw Vikingness contained.
And he's deflecting. Like, there's no way that didn't hurt. Having him gesture to all of him. Like, there's no way that didn't sting. And so, like, his reaction here, just not backing down, not shrinking, but kind of just being like, oh, you done messed up. Like that's showing us he's used to this. Like this happens all the time. It's a quick moment, but it's interesting.
One day I'll get out there. Because killing a dragon is everything around here.
Okay, more status markers.
Natterhead is sure to get me at least noticed.
That's really cool. A lot of times, if you want to signify something as being important, you can tell just as much by what you don't show as what you do show. And the Night Fury being in frame and silhouetted for just a little bit is really powerful and striking, as it literally strikes the village. But we're getting this desire for status about how I don't remember the name of the blacksmith, but he was saying if you want to be more than you are, just change everything about who you are. And now what Hiccup has internalized is if I want to be more than I am, it's my actions that are going to define me rather than any kind of reorientation of who he is. And so I'm curious to see how that theme evolves as it goes on. So this mechanism that he's built isn't just it isn't just cool, and it's not just a plot device. It's preventing Hiccup from feeling stagnant, because right now he's not very competent. He's not very well liked in the ways that are traditional for his society. And if he wasn't very proactive, if he wasn't constantly trying to go get things, and if he didn't have something he was good at, like clearly inventing, then he would feel like he's kind of just meandering and being passive and unlikable. But because we've seen he does care, he is enthusiastic, he has a goal, he's going to go get it. He has such a clear character want here and a clear character skill that's obvious to the audience, even if it's not obvious to the other characters. It already makes him so compelling from just 6 minutes into the movie. Oh, he got it.
Oh, I hit it?
I'm curious to see how that hit happened exactly. Was it skill, or did he close his eyes and luck out? Yeah, that's interesting. So they didn't make it his sheer competency and skill and precision. He closed his eyes and shrunk away and then fired and happened to hit it. Is that a little lucky? Yeah, it is, but that's also the point. He's not some expert marksman. He's a kid in over his head who didn't quite, I think, internalize the whole scope of what he's doing here, of how dangerous this is. And he did do what he wanted to do, supposedly, but it happened because of luck. And granted, he did get a hit, but that wasn't because he was talented. Not talented at shooting, at least. That's a really interesting detail that he closes his eyes before he makes the shot. Immediately, he goes for the status. He hit it. Did anyone see that? Someone validate the struggle that I'm having of feeling like I'm not enough. Because it's not actually about killing the dragons for him. It's clearly about identity and value and self-worth.
You're all that.
Oh, is he limited? Punching a dragon? Not his uncle, it is his dad. Why is that important? It's because we've seen both in the legends about this village chief, or whatever his rank is. I don't remember his name. We've seen that he's everything that a Viking should be. He's tough, he's brave, he's protective, he keeps people safe. Vikings as they should be in this setting. And so he's holding up this ideal of everything that Hiccup probably grew up being told he'll become, but he's just not built the same. Literally, Hiccup's not built the same, and he's not made of the same stuff. And so, of course, he's internalized this deep sense of needing to prove himself because he's got his father who's just this pinnacle of Vikingness. So that's going to obviously make some kind of complex.
Not like the last few times, Dad. I mean, I really actually did it.
So he said this
You guys
before.
were busy, and I had a very clear shot.
You not see that I have bigger problems? Winter is almost here, and I have an entire village to feed.
It makes sense why that would be stressful, because we've seen, like, he has to feed this village, and the dragons are going after the sheep. But it's interesting because Hiccup's done this before. Like, he's tried this before. But this time he really did it. Every time you step outside, disaster follows. The disaster was already there. The dragons were already attacking. So it sounds like what he's saying is when you step outside, the village gets hurt. So I don't think that's what he's saying. I'm trying to wrap my head around what the disaster is, and I might have just missed it. But I think, going back to how that blacksmith was talking about him, I think he views Hiccup himself as the disaster in some ways.
It's who I am, Dad.
That's interesting. So he's trying to align himself with this village identity that he clearly doesn't fit into, and everyone, for how they talk to him, like, everyone can see he doesn't fit into it. And I'm sure even he sees it, but he's just in deep denial.
Many things, Hiccup.
This is doing really good character work too. Or not character work. I mean, yes, character work, but the dialogue, it's working on multiple levels with each line with subtext, where, oh, you're many things, Hiccup, but a dragon killer's not one of them. Like, you could read that as you have strengths, but I think it reads more clearly as, like, there's just a lot of things that you are that aren't too great. And one of the things that you're not is a dragon killer. And it's got to be hard writing subtext for media that's marketed to children or younger audiences, even if all audiences can enjoy this, because you can't go too subtle. So I think the key is that when you're writing dialogue like that, it has to work on every level that it functions. Like, the subtext, what's underneath, has to work, but a surface level reading of Dad is disappointed also has to work. And I think it's doing both beautifully. Okay, Astrid, was that her name? She reacted different than everyone else here. Look at her.
Seen anyone mess up that badly. That helped.
Thank you. I was trying, so.
Ow!
She's kind of staring at her weapon and looking dejected. I wonder if she didn't get a kill and she wanted to, or maybe she did get one and she didn't want to. But either way, she's not really partaking in the teasing of Hiccup.
Extra guts and glory on the side. This here, this is a talking fish bone.
No, you're thinking about
So, that's interesting, because that's how he views himself. But what I was going to comment on is the casting, or at least the voice direction, where Hiccup seems to be one of the few who doesn't have, or one of the few who has an American accent. And so even there, he's not totally fitting in. I don't know if any of the younger generation of this has one, but with at least the adults that we've seen, they do. But he also views himself as just inherently not fitting in with his family.
It's not so much what you look like, it's what's inside that he can't stand.
Jeez.
Thank you for summing that up.
And that theme, try not so hard to be something you're not, or stop trying so hard to be something you're not, I think is going to be a through line here.
We're Vikings. It's an occupational hazard. Now who's with me?
So we can see the stress that he's under, because he's not just dealing with these attacks. He's trying to prevent them. He's trading in lives. He's saying dying is just part of the job. This guy here, fourth over, green tunic, his eyes are so wide. He is not having it. He has seen some stuff, man.
Those who stay will look after Hiccup.
Oh. They'd literally rather die than look after him. Oh my gosh. And how awful is that of the dad to be using his son as a bargaining token, of being like, hey, look how awful this is. You might have to watch my son. You might have to be a parent. Which apparently he's not freaking doing. Like, he protected his life. That's what we call the bare minimum. But he doesn't see him.
He'd be killed before you let the first dragon out of its cage.
Oh, you don't know that.
I do know that, actually. No, actually, I do.
No, you don't.
Listen, you know what it's like.
So it's interesting because His dad is talking like someone who's experienced some kind of scare or loss, either with Hiccup or other loved ones, which, given how many attacks there are, that seems to be the case, where, like, he is so worried for his physical safety that he's neglecting his emotional reality, if that makes sense.
Trolls exist. They steal your socks, but only the left ones. What's with that?
When I was a boy,
That's interesting writing, because trolls existing wouldn't be far-fetched given that dragons exist, but instead of having a sweeping all mythology is real, they phrase this in a way to show, like, yeah, we have dragons, but like we still have our own mythologies, we still have our own stories that we tell. So that's interesting. In this line, I take him fishing, he goes hunting for trolls. What that's really saying is I tried to teach him how to stay alive, how to provide sustenance, and he's too lost in his own ideas.
he can crush mountains, level forests, tame seas. Even as a boy.
So he's saying he could. He's talking about his father. He has this internal mythology of the things that his father could do that obviously he couldn't do. He couldn't literally do. He couldn't literally tame seas, level forests, shatter mountains, or whatever he said. But that's how he viewed him. That's how he saw him. That's how much he believed in him. And then we go to Hiccup, who's talking about his perception of his father and the story of him popping the head off a dragon when he was a baby, and he believes that. So even though they're so different, they also have this same reverence for their fathers and just a desire to be like them. And it sounds like Stoic might not even be sure if he's become what he was wanting to. I'm curious how he sees himself.
You can't stop him, Stoic. You can only prepare him.
It's this weird mix of them not knowing him at all, but also knowing him so well, and it's a really compelling paradox. The story lets the scenery and framing do a lot of the storytelling, which I really appreciate. Like, it doesn't have to come out and say, broken tree, that means dragon, like I just did. It lets it be implied.
Yes! I have brought down this mighty beast! Oh.
See, he doesn't grasp the full scope of what he's doing, and look at how his hands tremble. We've seen that, like, that line, you're a lot of things, but you're not a dragon killer. We've seen that in his demeanor being different, and I think that his dad was right there. But I just don't think that he's fully internalizing everything that he's going to have to do, you know?
I am a Viking!
He's trying to convince himself here.
I did this.
That's fascinating. That's really good voice direction, where he's saying, I did this, but instead of it being like I did this kind of like triumphant thing, he's reflecting, like, he's feeling empathy, which is something we haven't seen necessarily toward the dragons from the other Vikings. He's saying, I tied up this scared creature. Oh, don't let him go. But this is really good writing because he took an irrevocable action. He shot down the Night Fury. Is his name Muffin? It's not Muffin. What's the Night Fury's name? We'll get there. He shot down Muffin and then cut him loose. And that's not something you can take back. And depending on how dark your story is, this legitimately could have been the end of Hiccup right here. Like, this isn't a negligible thing that he just did. Why didn't he kill him? All right. I'm recording this in little chunks, both for my own ADHD and also so my wife can keep up with the editing, because we're trying to record and get this out on the same day. So I'm going to end this right here, and I'm going to be right back after I go eat a muffin. All right, we are back. And if you're thinking, hey, your microphone looks like it's in a different position, you know something? I can figure out how to write a book. I can figure out how to do a whole lot of things. But something I can't figure out is how to keep this dang thing from swiveling. Well, what am I going to do? Have it not swivel? Can't do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep on going. Also, quick production update. I figured out about a lovely thing called a noise gate. So you will no longer hear my breathing like Darth Vader throughout all of everything. So this is already set up to be a really good scene. I guess when these characters do bump into each other again, we've got Stoic and Hiccup. When they do bump into each other again, it's primed to be good because Hiccup was just in a situation where he had the opportunity to prove everything his father was saying wrong. And instead, in his own perception, he just proved him right. And so psychologically, he's going to watch me psychologically analyze How to Train Your Dragon. Like and subscribe. Psychologically, he's going to be looking for... He's going to be looking for a way to justify it. And I'm curious if he's going to lie or if he's going to double down or just try and swivel away from this perception. Regardless, we have Stoic, who I think from his last conversation is thinking of sending Hiccup into training. And I guess it's kind of an innate irony because Hiccup is feeling more certain than ever, I really can't do this. I'm just not made for it. And Stoic is thinking it's finally time to show what he's made of. So yeah, let's see how it plays out.
Dad,
Oh, that's such a fun detail that he's doing that thing that especially younger people do where you like climb up the stairs with your hands and feet. I remember doing that.
do we have enough bread-making Vikings or small home repair Vikings?
Honestly, that's a good question. Like, Vikings can't all be warriors. You've got to have more like utility Vikings, but that's not the family line. Like, that's not the tradition that he was raised with. So there's something so core to the family identity and the group identity about being a dragon killer that having this alternative path won't solve. But we see Hiccups looking for some kind of other answer.
Can you not hear
So
me?
This is serious.
he's internalized that encounter with the Night Fury as his... I wish I remembered the name. I know it's not Muffin, but it might be Muffin. Because doesn't he like name him after something he eats? He wouldn't feed the dragon a muffin. What am I talking about? Anyway, this is this is the issue with me only having seen this once and not remembering anything. I have a quick tangent, and if this isn't indicative of exactly what I'm talking about, I don't know what it is. But there's two eras to my memory. There's pre-child and post-child. And anything before 6 years ago when my daughter was born, and then especially before 4 years ago when my son was born, it's gone. It's just blasted to another dimension. Anything after that, it's a little bit better. It's still not great. Anyway, so yeah, he's internalized that encounter with Muffin with the dragon as an innate truth of who he is.
Serious, son.
He's saying, if you want to be loved, if you want to be valid in who you are, you have to conform.
Dale.
See, and his dad isn't tuned enough to realize it's not a real deal. He just forced him into it.
Train hard. I'll be back. Probably.
Welcome to dragon training.
No turning back.
So this is interesting, and it's the mark of a good writer, which is knowing when to end and start your scenes. It would be easy showing like getting up for the day, getting ready for dragon training and things like that. And there's probably some merit to that. Like you could find interesting character moments, but there's also something to be said with knowing when your scene actually starts. And so we don't need all the context of him going to sleep, him getting ready for the day, and we just open right in the dragon training.
It's only fun if you get a scar out of it.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
See,
Pain. Love it.
Oh,
we've got we've got all these youth who are they want an identity marker with the scars. Like it is a joke of like, can't wait to be maimed horribly. But what these writers do, they also wrote Lilo and Stitch. They embed a lot of emotional truths into things that would otherwise be throwaway, and it's interesting because like we see them talking about these scars, but even the jokes, even their throwaway lines are identity markers. They hit the core theme of how do I fit in? And they're saying, if I want to fit in, I have to look like a Viking. Vikings have maims. or Vikings have maims. What am I talking about? Vikings get maimed. Vikings have scars. And so even the way the characters talk reflect this worldview of, in order to be enough, I have to not take care of myself.
Hiccup already killed a Night Fury, so does that disqualify him, or?
Oh, word spread. Wait, look at Astrid's reaction to that.
In front of the entire village.
Hiccup already killed a Night Fury, so does that disqualify him, or?
Can I transfer to the
She doesn't think it's funny. She's annoyed. She's pissed off that this thing that's so important to her is being treated like a joke. That's interesting.
Speed 8, armor 16.
The hideous Zippleback.
Plus 11 stealth times 2.
Is this D&D?
Firepower 15.
Actually, so this, again, is a throwaway joke. Not throwaway joke. That's dismissive of what it is, but it is a joke. Having it categorized like a tabletop role-playing game, or I guess any role-playing game. It doesn't have to be tabletop. But in doing so, it's actually world building, showing that these things are very well studied and they're different from each other.
Aren't you gonna teach us first?
I believe in learning on the job.
That's interesting because what they're being taught is your most important piece of equipment is a shield. But when we've seen people like Stoic fighting a dragon, he's doing it with his fists, or maybe he had a hammer. And that's notable, not because, like, his options were limited, but I feel like shields make sense tactically. It's what you would teach, but the culture promotes this more self-sacrificial berserker sort of mentality. So I'm curious to see how shields do factor in.
The most important piece of equipment is your shield. If you must make a choice between a sword or a shield, take the shield.
This is a very considerate dragon not murdering them. Would they really let their children just die in training? This is an aspect of the world building that I think is just an allowance for the cool, like, training trope, and I don't have an issue with that. Like, I think that's totally fine to do, especially in a movie that's geared toward all ages. But from a world building perspective, I've got some serious questions. Like, do you just cycle through them? There's no way they don't have accidents, unless this Gronkle is a Gobber? No, Gronkle is a co-conspirator, and he's in on it.
Just you and me, huh?
Nope, just you.
So she's the only one left with a shield. Okay, see, he saved him there. He saved him there, but there were so many situations where he couldn't have saved them. That's wild world building. Like, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I think it's really interesting, but, like, it kind of, to talk about another dragon piece of media, reminds me of Fourth Wing, where they have this war college set up that's really interesting. And also, just logistically, you're losing so many people in the service of training. There's got to be a better way. So just a little observation, not even a criticism, just kind of something I'm noting.
Always go for the kill.
But that's not true. Why didn't Muffin?
So why didn't you?
Yeah, why didn't he? And then also, even the Gronkle in that training thing, he was aiming for the shields. And part of that is because we're not blasting the kids' heads off in a family movie. But, I mean, the fact is that's part of your world building. And so I feel like the effect of that world building, where they do have this dragon that's aiming for the shields and not going for the kill right away, is you have Vikings that are kind of just seeing what they want to see when they look at when they look at the dragons. Seems like,
Well, this was stupid.
yeah, if the dragon's in there, you're kind of setting yourself up for a choke point that you can't get out of. Is that a scale? Ah! This is it's subtle, but it's characterization, where they've portrayed these dragons as being monstrous, but they're showing they've set up this Night Fury as being very competent, and now by letting us see it fails at getting out, it fails at getting fish, we kind of feel sorry for it. And so it makes us attach onto it. So to me, that's flagging the narrative importance of it. And of course, I know that Muffin. I know the name isn't Muffin. What is his name? I know this character becomes important to the story, but even if I hadn't been familiar with the early beats of the story, I'd be able to identify that just from how it's been set up. and how it's being flagged here. So I think it's really precise work.
He's never where he should be.
Thank you, Astrid.
That's more that's more subtext in the dialogue there. First off, world building. We're seeing that Gobble, is that his name? He's actually trying to teach, at least. I was going to say he's a good teacher, but I think I just mean I'm observing that he is teaching. Excuse me. But Hiccup's line, Astrid's line, he's never where he's supposed to be, again, is contrasting from the others where they were making digs at Hiccup. She instead is giving him something objective that he's doing wrong, but she's also implying you don't belong here, like you're not one of us. And I imagine she sees him as like the son of the, is he a chief? The son of the Viking. That's what we'll call him, the Viking. And oh wait, they're literally just called Vikings. All right, you know what I mean. She sees him as in this position that she would like to have.
Why read words when you can just kill the stuff the words tell you stuff about?
Oh, I've read it like 7 times.
So this is fun characterization for the kids, but you also have to remember that, I mean, I guess teens, but you have to remember that they're products of the system that they grew up in. And so, yeah, they are saying this is reflecting their viewpoint, but also this is reflecting the kind of atmosphere and culture that they'd been raised in, what they've been hearing their whole life is why read when you can take action? Again, that's eliminating nuance in favor of black and white thinking and taking action before you fully understand a situation, because action itself, or action has moral value in and of itself. So weather is like a storyteller's best friend for theming, where you can reflect a character's internal state by the external state of the weather. And right now we see this stormy thunderstorm, I guess. And that's matching the sort of panic that he's feeling as he's having this realization that everything is extremely dangerous, kill on sight. And at a certain point, you have to wonder, is that just... is the person who wrote this book a reliable narrator? Or is it reflecting a culture that he's been raised in where everything is take action and kill and then ask questions in another life? So we're witnessing a sort of deconstruction of his worldview right here. And so of course it's going to be tumultuous.
Night Fury. Speed unknown. Size unknown. The unholy offspring of lightning and death itself. Never engage this dragon. Your only chance, hide and pray it does not find you.
That's fascinating, because that's so un-Viking-like. There's got to be a story there, because even if it was just strong, like, Night Furies had to have done something. That's really, really interesting. But yeah, this makes sense that it's fundamentally challenging his worldview. It's everything that he's held dear. He's starting to realize maybe we don't know as much as we think we know. And look, they're talking about how dangerous the dragons are, but they're the ones seeking them out. And to a certain extent, it's like, I'll hurt you before you hurt me, but...
Hard to port for Helheim's Gate. Hard to port.
Even their flag is a dragon that's been skewered with swords. That's fascinating. So we got something happening through the sound design and through a quick flash of a silhouette, and it told us something was pretty catastrophic without ever actually having to show us that, which not only is good suspense writing and screenplay, but it's also a good way to imply it when you're making children... It's a good way to imply it when you're making media for a younger audience, not when you're making children.
Today is all about attack! Ladders are quick and light on the feet.
Oh, I know, but hypothetically.
See, even Astrid... I don't get the sense that Astrid cares about Hiccup right now. I think that she cares about doing this successfully. There's something innate in her where she wants to be the best and do things well for its own sake. Dang, she's strong. She just shattered a shield. And so that was multifaceted. Not only did having the shield or the axe embedded in the shield make for more interesting choreography and a quick character moment between them. But again, because this is made for a family audience, it allowed her to get a solid hit in on the dragon using the blunt shield rather than just decking it across the face with a battle axe. So it's a interesting, what's the word? An interesting paradox where a lot of times the constraints you have and working within those constraints can lead to more creative and better storytelling. And it can actually foster creativity rather than hurting it. Look at this though. The dragon's not attacking even when it sees the dagger. It just wants him to be disarmed. Oh, that was a good sound design, showing us that the dagger fell into the water without having to actually show it on screen.
Toothless.
Ha! Toothless, that's the name! It's not Muffin. The animators are having Toothless take this, like, dog-like positioning with his body and facial expressions, and I think it's really interesting. At least that's what I'm picking up. I feel like they're giving him the mannerisms of a dog to make him more likable and less monstrous, which not only is cute, but it serves the theming of there being more. Duh! There's more to the dragons than there seems, just like there's more to Hiccup than it seems. And Toothless is challenging the identity of dragons, and Hiccup is challenging the identity of Vikings. So they're a little mirror of each other, and that makes for a really compelling relationship setup, like friendship. This is my kids with like soggy Cheerios from their mouth giving them to me, but instead it's fish. It's also showing us some dragon like culture and psychology here of like mutual actions of trust are important. Oh, this is smart screenwriting. They didn't have it be immediate trust. They had it just be like a little reach out and see how things are going. And then that was met with skepticism and trying to run away. So it's not fully switching on a dime. And they timed that so well. Like immediately as I was starting to question the logic of it, like the emotional reality of it, they played into that. That was so well paced. So why is Hiccup so invested here? I think it's because of excuse me. I think it's because of what Toothless represents for him. Is Toothless isn't just a potentially kind dragon, but he's proof that you can be more than people think you are. And he's proof that perception isn't everything. And so it's got personal relevance to Hiccup as well. And it's also showing us just how powerful he actually is, like how strong he is. Which is important because if Night Furies weren't actually powerful and that was all a lie, that wouldn't be as powerful as, or wouldn't be as emotionally resonant as if they genuinely were really strong and terrifying, but still chose to be, to have a heart, I guess. Are the dragons just hungry? Is that the whole issue here? He's scared of getting hurt. That's why he's growling and posturing. Oh, this is a beautiful frame. That one of both of them together. Oh. Look at what that means for Hiccup, though. Like, he just had a connection, but that's challenging everything he believes. That's... again, all of the hilarious dialogue in this reveals character and reveals culture and attacks the theme of identity. And, oh, it's just so good.
It's the wings and the tails you really want. If it can't fly, it can't get away.
Oh.
Not just a pretty face, innit?
A downed dragon is a dead dragon, and Hiccup, or
Right,
Toothless, is
I'm
downed.
off to bed.
Is he making him a wing? And, oh, it feels earned because we established his skills with this earlier on, seeing his inventions and his apprenticeship.
Smoked eel. No. Okay.
Doesn't like eels.
Yeah, I don't really like eel much either.
Interesting.
Don't you
See,
mind me?
still not enough trust to where he can tell him what's going on. He feels like he has to trick him. And he, to be fair, he probably does. But the screenwriter is doing a good job of keeping it from being instant trust. What's going to make him stick around if he can fly? Oh, gosh. He's going to fly.
Well, it works.
And again, with that lack of instant trust, Toothless wasn't thinking of Hiccup. That's powerful for Hiccup that it's working, because that's not just, hey, we're not dying, but it's a validation of a genuine skill set that he has, which isn't something that he's ever really gotten. Oh, he needs Hiccup to manually activate it.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so weak.
Oh, come on.
Ah, he's using his own skills.
Don't you make me tell you again. Yes, that's
That was...
back into your cage. Now think about what you've done.
Oh, he's got the eel. Astrid's gonna hate that. Oh, she looks hurt.
So are we done?
Like, emotionally, like that bothered her. She doesn't even look surprised. She looks like something really got to her there. Like, the others look confused, but she looks like she's having some sort of crisis.
Okay, so are we done? Cause I've got some things I need to, yep, see you tomorrow.
That's fascinating. Oh, and he's using what he's learning. They're gonna hate him even more, but for a whole new reason.
I left my axe back in the ring.
Okay, actually, the others are starting to warm up to him, but Astrid is pissed off. It's so fascinating how many mannerisms for Toothless they seem to have taken from household animals, like fascination with laser pointers, and they happen to recreate that through a light reflection with a hammer. Like, it's so endearing, but it's really smart from a craft perspective for the animators. And now we've already established that Astrid notices where Hiccup goes, but now she has a reason to care, this anger that's been building. She has a reason to follow him or try to get to the bottom of what's happening. And the reason it frustrates her so much is he's threatening her identity too. Oh, that's a cool way to practice. He's so smart and innovative, and they always show it instead of telling. That's risky. Sneaking him into the village? What are you doing? Visual storytelling with the broken flag, or torn up flag, telling us how it went. And the people who said that they would rather die than watch Hiccup, seems like maybe some of them died.
Well, I trust you found the nest at least.
Not even close.
Congratulations, Stoic! Everyone is so relieved.
Aww.
With the old and in with the new, right? No one will miss that old nuisance. The village is falling apart.
Oh no, he's gonna think he's dead.
He's gone?
Yeah, most afternoons, but who can blame him? I mean, the life of a celebrity is very rough.
He's got different positions that he's charting out. He's so intelligent. And, like, he's always had these skills. It's just no one in the village has appreciated them. But this is such a way to make a competent character that feels incompetent. Like, feels incompetent socially in his culture, but is deeply, deeply skilled. Oh, and it's paying off, I say as they crash into a wall. All this hard work.
That's my fault. Yeah, I'm on it. Position 4. 3.
Oh gosh. Because he has to have that cheat sheet in his mouth and can't look at it actively, it's putting Hiccup in a position where he has to function off of instinct. He has to trust himself, which is the very thing he's been told for this entire movie is inherently untrustworthy. Yeah, and he lets it go. As the music swells. All right, so we're at about the midpoint of the movie, so something's about to happen right here. There's a few things that have been built up, such as his father potentially finding out that he's good with dragons. My guess is it's going to be related to that, or maybe with Astrid, something there, or both.
Not so fireproof on the inside, are you? There you go.
Oh, he's a little dragon whisperer. They just want cuddles. They just want food and cuddles.
I know about you guys is wrong.
There it is. That's the twist, the turn. And so there could be like a bigger plot moment that marks the midpoint, and I'm guessing there will be. But that idea right there is such a classic twist where everything's recontextualized, and then moving forward, like nothing can ever be the same. He realized everything we knew was wrong. And so I'm guessing we're going to get... I still have goosebumps from that test flight scene. I'm guessing we're going to get something to really tie into that theme coming up here.
Didn't know how to,
Oh.
You're
See,
not upset?
look at the visual storytelling here. Even though even though they think they're connecting here, they're both very shadowy in this light that's being created by the candlelight. And then there's a visual divide going down the center of the frame. And even just how they're framed, we've got Stoic taking up so much of the frame, and Hiccup is so tiny and diminutive next to him, making it clear that there's still a power dynamic that's different. And he's still not seeing him clearly, and they're still not connected. If I were writing this, I would have some kind of shot near the end, assuming that they make nice, that kind of mirrors this or just shows them being more even in frame, or them kind of crossing over to each other's side. But also, what do I know? That's just one thing that they could do that I think would be a fun callback, so I'm going to keep my eyes open for it.
All the while you were holding out on me. Oh, Thor almighty!
So, this is so sad, because he's not... Even if he did everything that Stoic thinks he did, Stoic wouldn't be happy because he'd be like, you're finally coming into yourself. He'd be happy because he's thinking, you're finally conforming. You're finally being like me.
We finally have something to talk about.
He lowers himself to his level. That's interesting. See, he's finally willing to connect.
Oh, I should really get to bed.
Yes,
right about
good.
now.
Okay, good talk.
See-
I'll see you back at the house.
Look at how the dynamic shifted from the start of the movie, where we had Hiccup reaching out and Stoic wasn't hearing him, and now Stoic's trying to connect and Hiccup won't hear him. And even though I do think Stoic is much more in the wrong here, neither is fully willing to hear or listen to the other person. It's not just as simple as misunderstood son, it's a family generational divide. And divides can often go both ways, and this is doing a really good job portraying
Great.
that.
Thanks for stopping by,
I'm glad
and
to
for
stop by.
the
Hope you like the
breast hat.
the hat.
Breast hat.
Yep. Good night.
That's interesting. It was showing Stoic fumbling, and we're seeing the side to Stoic after this tragic loss. Like, we have to keep in mind that he's coming off the back of this terrible defeat, and now he's bumbling around and knocking stuff over. He's really not that different from Hiccup. I mean, he is, but he isn't, you know? Anyway, I'm going to take a real quick pause and send this over to get edited, and I will be right back for you all. We're halfway through, so let's see how it goes. All right, I had to take a pretty sizable break, but I am back. We're going to do this.
Stay out of my way. I'm winning this thing.
Good. Please, by all means.
It's interesting because he wants to succeed, but he doesn't necessarily have that drive for grandeur at the same time.
This time, for sure.
It's interesting. Look at his body language right when she sees him. He was like cowering from it. So even with all this experience, he's still scared of them on some level.
I'm kind of late for...
Late for what exactly?
Okay,
She's
quiet
just
down.
breaking down.
The elder has decided.
Oh, you've done it! You've done You get to kill the dragon!
Oh, that's a fascinating twist, because like the reward is the exact thing that he's unwilling to do, and the thing that he said he wanted at the start of the movie. Like, we've already seen so much character progress.
That's my boy!
Yeah, yes.
Ooh,
Oh, what the?
that scared me.
What are you doing here? I'm through with the lies. I've been making outfits. So you got me. It's time everyone knew. Drag me back. Go ahead.
It's interesting because, like, going to that theme of identity, they're both fighting against something that's challenging that, where she's doing everything right and it's not enough, and he's doing everything wrong and somehow it is enough, but no one really knows that.
Get down!
Oh, that's
It's okay.
that tells about her character. Like, even with all of the resentment that she has building up, she still prioritizes protecting him and protecting others.
Astrid, Toothless. Toothless, Astrid.
Hiccup! Get me down from
You
here!
have to give me a chance to explain.
I am not
Okay,
listening
okay.
to
The chances
anything.
of her falling and dying here are vast. So this is.
You
Oh.
have
I don't know for sure that they're a couple, but I sure hope they are, because they both
Get
just
me
like
down.
Toothless.
have
down,
something to offer each other in a
gently.
really sweet way.
We need her to like us.
So that's an interesting line. We need her to like us. Because like on one level, yes, cute girl, want her to like me because I want a girlfriend, and that's kind of been a surface level motivation the whole time. But also, with her being the one who does everything right as a Viking, she represents kind of like this. Her accepting him would be the perfect Viking accepting him, and that's kind of like its own form of validation. Cuddles don't count if it's to stop you from dying, but it's still sweet. So I think this track is called Romantic Flight. That's playing right now, but it's more than just like a romantic sweet scene. This is challenging her worldview. Like, it's showing something that was monstrous to her whole life as something that's beautiful and mysterious. Oh, that's a cool shot. They're keeping it focused on Toothless while everything else moves. That's a cool way to do a loopy-loop. Oh, is that the village? Oh, see, that cuddle counts. Like, I'm not saying I don't buy her liking him. I'm trying to piece together
I admit
what in the story is like functioning to make her soften.
it. This is pretty cool.
Besides the whole new world of it all.
Amazing. Kill a dragon.
Oh, don't remind me.
Ah!
Toothless, what's happening?
So that's interesting timing. It seems like he was reacting to what they said, but Toothless was kind of jittery right before that too. I feel like maybe he got something else.
Whoa, what is it? Oh, it's satisfying to know that all of our food has been dumped down a hole.
Yeah, why are they just dropping it? Goodness. Okay. Yeah. Big. That's the big one.
Let's find your dad.
No, no. No, not yet. They'll kill Toothless. No, Astrid, we have to think.
So Astrid, I think I'm getting it. I think she's starting to like Hiccup because he represents like this understanding and competency is something that she's come to value her entire life. And he's showing kind of a new way to approach it. And I think the issue before hasn't been that he's been successful. It's been that she hasn't been able to understand it. And now that he's let her in, he's this very successful, talented person who has like a nice heart. But now he's also letting her into his internal landscape a bit more.
And you want to keep it a secret? To protect your pet dragon? Are you serious?
Yes.
And no explanation. That's Out of character isn't the right word, but I'm going to use it anyway. Out of character in a really good way. It's a deviation from his standard rambling and explaining, showing this level of confidence that kind of shows his change as a character so far, but also his bond to Toothless.
That's
Aww.
everything else.
So this was really meaningful to her. I don't fully understand her character in the same way I understand Hiccups, but I really want to.
What are you looking at?
I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
Well, I would have tied him to a mast and shipped him off for feeding gone mad.
It's fun, but it's so cruel.
And you know it. But here we are. And no one's more surprised or more proud than I am.
He's not proud of Hiccup, he's proud of what he thinks Hiccup
My
did.
boy, today, he becomes one of us!
Astrid, if something goes wrong, just make sure they don't find Toothless.
I will.
I love that little inversion of the trope where lots of times, especially in family movies, you have if something goes wrong, just know I have always cared about you or something like that. But this shows his priorities, like he cares about Toothless. And I think seeing that passion is part of what Astrid's coming to like. He goes for the tiniest weapon.
for the hammer.
Yeah, even then, like his dad is just he's kind of backseat driving.
I'm ready.
His dad is so well rendered as a parent that just can't connect. And this is interesting because we know from Hiccup's body language in previous scenes that he's not fearless with these dragons yet. Like he doesn't always know what to do. Oh,
I'm not one of them.
oh my gosh! And then fully renouncing his Vikingness, which is like a full rejection of where we started, what he desperately wanted to be. He's accepting that he's different. But this is interesting. We're at about the 2/3 mark, and that's when you'll tend to have a bigger shift. And we're seeing Hiccup, like he's had his identity and concept of dragons challenged. Astrid had hers challenged, and now he's going to challenge his entire communities. And it's all tying together thematically.
They're not what we think they are. We don't have to kill them.
I said stop the fight!
And then from a narrative perspective, this is just cascading failures. One thing starts to go right, and then it goes wrong, and something with that goes wrong, something with that goes wrong. And it's really effective technique to just amp up the tension. Whenever you think you've taken it far enough, just take it one step further. Ah! And now the whole island is seeing
Let's go. Get out of
this
here.
dragon protect him. Like there's no way to walk away from this without everyone on the island being changed.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Everything in the ring. A trick? A lie.
I screwed up.
That's what you're worried about?
Yeah.
Not the people you almost killed?
He was just protecting me.
Honestly, that's fair. Like he's wanted to be a Viking for so long, but he's so distanced from it that like he has this bond with Toothless, and that's what comes to his mind first.
So you've been to the nest.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no, Dad,
tell
no,
him.
please.
Ah!
Not what you think. You don't know.
This is such an effective like break into Act 3, where we're just seeing everything that's been built up so well just collapse and collapse and collapse, and then there's only one way it can go.
For once in your life, would you please just listen to me?
You've thrown your lot in with them. You're not a Viking. You're not my son.
Oh. And again, that group identity is just so central to how they view themselves. That if he's not a Viking, he's not worthy of being his son. And that's what he'd been communicating, like, kind of without saying it outright this entire movie. It's what Hiccup feared was true, and now this just confirms it. And she's still loyal to him. To be entirely honest with you all, I don't fully buy her sudden shift to instant loyalty. But it's also so endearing that I don't fully mind that I don't buy it.
You've lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend.
Thank you for summing that up.
She's trying.
Why couldn't I have killed that dragon when I found him in the woods?
Why didn't you? That's not an answer.
Why is this so important to you all of a sudden?
Oh, I love her. She's just pushing him in such a good way without coming out right and saying it. And I feel like she already knows the answer. I don't know the answer yet. But, like, she's got a good read on him.
I wouldn't kill a dragon.
You said wouldn't that time.
Okay, whatever. I wouldn't. 300
She's so
years,
observant.
and I'm the first Viking who wouldn't kill a dragon.
First to ride one, though.
Oh, she's my favorite character. She's won me over. Cause it's just such a nice reframe. Like, yeah, he couldn't kill a dragon, but he's innovating and he's changing things, and it's clear their old way wasn't working. Oh.
I looked at him, and I saw myself.
So there's this writing technique. It's not very popular at all. It's as far as I know, it's called method writing. It's innovated by a playwright / poet, I think, in the LA area named Jack Grapes. He's got a few books on it. But one of the key methods you do is you take this line of like a belief or an I statement. I couldn't kill a dragon. And you just start stripping that down bit by bit until you get to your true voice, what you're actually saying. And what he's saying is like he was as scared as I was, and then you boil it down. I was scared, and so they're doing that in a really beautiful way, where it feels authentic because we started with that statement and we're really just stripping it down to the core of who Hiccup is.
What are you gonna do about it?
Like I said, I don't buy how fast their relationship jumped, but I absolutely love it. She just pushes him in such a good way. So tiny criticism with a massive praise.
Sound your positions. Stay with me.
And I almost wonder if Stoic is desperate to kill these dragons in an effort to kind of reclaim the Viking identity for the village after everyone saw that. I doubt it's going to come out and say that because he's not really our point of view character, but I am curious.
But some, not me, are wondering if there is in fact a plan at all, and what it might be.
Find the nest and take it.
Oh, it's like involuntary steering.
Step aside.
You were wise to seek help from the world's most deadly weapon. It's me.
I love this plan.
I didn't.
Part of me wonders why they're helping him because none of them like him, but also I guess they have come to like him throughout the movie. And also they probably don't want all of their friends and family to die violently is likely the bigger factor now that I'm saying it out loud.
You're crazy.
I like that. So, what is the plan?
Yeah, back off. He belongs to Astrid now, and my heart won't take any other answer.
Wait, what are you...
It's okay. It's okay.
You can kind of see in his eyes how they like dart around that this is challenging his worldview. Can't talk. Challenging his worldview. But it's also giving him what all of the younger generation have wanted, which is validation by being good at the thing they've been told they have to be good at. They're so effed. Ah! Okay. Oh my gosh. I know they're not insects, but that was disgusting with how they were all clumped together. It sent shivers through my whole body. It's also interesting that Stoic is progressing by listening to Toothless's little cues, which is the same way that Hiccup has progressed through the story. They're just taking them in different directions.
Odin, help us. Catapults!
Inflexibility and unwillingness to drop this group identity is killing the whole group. And their identity is going to be found 6 feet under the ground, but actually probably just piles of ash.
I could buy them a few minutes if I give that thing someone to hunt.
Then I can double that time.
Oh. Friendship and death.
Oh, no.
What hit him? Oh!
Watch your backs! Move, Fishlings! Look at us! We're on a track!
mouthed "what the," and they cut away just before the F word. I know they did.
Dragons, all of us! Steer clear of both. Small eyes, large
Oh.
nostrils, relies on hearing and smell.
Okay, left, legs.
And they're using what made them stick out to help solve the problem.
This thing doesn't have a blind spot!
Oh yes, it's a Toothless. It's interesting that the older generation, all their focus was just get revenge, kill the dragons, and the younger generation, they just want to help. It established earlier that the noise will confuse their dragons, and so rather than it being like this new rule that we're introducing here, it's building off what it mentioned kind of in passing earlier.
I can't miss! What's wrong, buddy?
Yeah, so there is zero chance that that take did not tear up that voice actor's throat. The
I'm okay!
listen to that.
That's okay! I can't miss! What's wrong, buddy? You got something in your eye?
Oh, Toothless. No, go back. Toothless. See, his dad shows whatever form of love he has through action, which he's doing here. And he's going back for Toothless.
Hiccup! I'm sorry. For everything.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's sweet, but also we only saw the change come when he had results through his actions by coming back to save everyone. So it still feels like even though he's giving his apologies, it's still based on achievement rather than an acceptance of who he is.
I'm proud to call you my son.
Thanks, Dad.
That's sweet. I don't fully buy it. I buy that he would say it. I don't buy that it's a complete transformation of the character, and maybe it shouldn't be.
Did you get her?
Oh, I love Astrid. Oh, and the score, I actually have goosebumps. Oh, it's terrifying.
Well, he can fly.
Like, I feel like to be a fulfillment of this character arc, he can't just, like, outforce him, so he has to outthink him in some way. But I'm so excited to see what it is, because I can't think of what it is. And generally, my reactions, I have less to say near the end, because I've already established a lot of, like, the patterns that have been leading up to it. So I'm just, like, in full enjoyment mode here. Sorry I am saying less. Oh, it's so menacing.
Watch out!
Oh,
Okay,
no.
time's up. Let's see if this works.
So they've put a timer on it. It's a little choreography trick. If you put a timer on something, it makes it feel like more momentum, and they've done that by setting his tail on fire.
Hold, Toothless.
Ooh. Oh, they were damaging the wings. They're just gonna crash him.
No. No.
Oh, shoot. That wasn't supposed to happen.
I did this.
Finally taking accountability. Just move your wing and show me the hiccups there. Come on. Come on, you're not gonna fool me, movie. You think I think you killed a child in the final hour?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, it's getting me though. Oh gosh. There we go. Ah.
Hiccup!
Shoot. And that's meaningful because it's an act of protection where we've seen Stoic, even at his worst, he's still physically protecting Hiccup. He still provides that way. And now we've seen that inverted to where a dragon is providing that.
He's alive! You brought him back alive! Thank you for saving my son.
Well, you know, most of them.
Most of them.
I'm in my house. You're
So they-
in my house.
Yeah,
My dad know you're here.
they let Toothless in the home.
What? Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, shoot. But now, like, it's not just losing a foot. It's also like a visual marker of him as a Viking. Like, this is something he, at the beginning of the movie, would have said that he wanted. And now he has it after forging his own way to be that thing. Oh, and he mirrors Toothless, who doesn't have skin.
Toothless, stay here.
Oh, that's a fun little... That's a little mirror to the start of the movie.
Turns out all we needed was a little more of this.
You just gestured,
to all of him.
You think
This
that'll
is... I don't have much to say other than this is all just tying all the thematic threads together so beautifully and inverting or doing a little inversion of the start of the movie. And even just these throwaway lines. And it's so good.
I might make a
It's
few
so
tweaks.
good. Oh, in front of everyone.
I could get used to it.
Oh, I love them so much.
Welcome home.
We get to
This
end. Yeah.
is Berk. It snows 9 months of the year and hails the other 3.
Except for this
Any
time.
food that grows here is tough and tasteless. The people that grow here are even more so. The only upsides are the pets.
Pets. It was pests before.
While other places have ponies or parrots, we have dragons.
Ooh, that was so good. That was just incredible. Wow, that was so good. Just this beautiful story of identity and carving your own way and finding who you are, and generational trauma and generational acceptance is like that parent dynamic there. And just like the ripple effect from one person trying to make a change in their own way rather than conforming. And it all just came together so beautifully. The dialogue was great. It was beautiful to look at. The score was incredible. Criticisms, I'd say the speed at which Astrid and Hiccup's relationship developed, and then also his dad's sudden turn at the end felt a bit more achievement oriented. But those are just tiny nitpicks in an otherwise incredible movie. Like, this is an easy, like, 9 out of 10 for me. This might... I'll just sit on it to see if it gets up to a 10 out of 10. But I loved this. This was so good. I hope you enjoyed it, too. Let me know if you want me to react to the next one. Because I hear there are 3 and a TV series. I don't know if that's canon or worth watching. But, yeah, let me know. I absolutely loved this, and I would love to keep going. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.